tonight, grieving parents speak out.
There wasn't much hope.
Their daughter died in a Winnipeg jail cell, but they don't know how. Also tonight, building a pipeline.
More prosperous and more resilient Canada.
What Manitoba's premier is saying about plans to run the system through Manitoba. And later, missing the wedding of the year.
You guys could have looked at the damn schedule.
The choice words Zach Collaros has for buddy Trevor Kelsey and Taylor Swift.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The family of a 25-year-old woman who died in custody is speaking out tonight. She was found unresponsive in a Winnipeg remand center cell last week and died in hospital shortly after. CTV's Daniel Homerson reports.
A group of around 40 people gathered outside the Winnipeg Remand Center Monday afternoon to honor 25-year-old Kiana Everett 1 week after she was found unresponsive in a cell inside the building.
She was in a cambered room, to my understanding, vomited and choked, was non-responsive for 30 minutes.
Everett's father, Norman Lajamodier, says she was rushed to hospital but taken off life support on July 1st.
Hospital said she was brain dead, that the machines wouldn't keep her alive, and there wasn't much hope.
Lajamodier says his daughter struggled with addiction and was locked up on theft charges, and now he and others want to know why and how Everett died in custody.
It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. You should feel safe when being watched. I don't want to speculate and I don't want to point fingers, but we do need to be heard.
Everett's death is the third tied to the remand center in the past year. A 25-year-old man died while in custody on March 25th, and a 39-year-old man died there last September.
It's really sad. It's sad that in 10 months, three lives are now gone. Families left to carry this grief and walk with it for the rest of their lives.
Melissa Robinson from the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs is backing Lajamodier's demand for answers.
Has anyone ever sat down with the women or the men that are coming out and asking them, how was your experience? Because I guarantee you not one of them will say it was good.
Justice Minister Matt Weeb's office says the minister would not provide comment on Everett's death as an investigation is underway. Manitoba Justice had announced Friday the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner had been notified, meaning an inquest into Everett's death will happen at a later date. Daniel Homerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The town of Minnedosa has declared a state of local emergency, with water there expected to peak any day now. On social media, the town says that declaration will be in place until August 4th, with the option to extend. The town had been requesting volunteers to help sandbag, although as of this afternoon, officials were still determining whether more help was needed. Meanwhile, in Sioux Valley, Dakota Nation, west of Brandon, they also declared a state of emergency, adding to a growing list of some 4 dozen communities who have done the same. Speaking of which, Brandon is declaring a state of emergency due to rising levels on Assiniboine River. It will allow the city to be more proactive and prepare for the unwanted worst. CTV's Harrison Shin was in the Wheat City earlier today, getting a better picture of how seriously the city is taking this threat.
These heavy machines are at the Wheat City Golf Course in Brandon, not for construction, but to protect the city of 51,000. Carl and Gwen Chandler were out on a bike ride looking over the rising waters. The family lives on higher ground, but says it's good to be cautious.
I think it's probably a good idea to be proactive rather than end up in a big situation where we're in a lot of trouble, I guess, yeah.
Late Saturday evening, Brandon City Council voted unanimously for the declaration. It came after putting a temporary dike at Grand Valley Road and 18th Street. Mayor Jeff Fossa says with the emergency powers, the city can bring in contractors to help.
They're in there right now at the golf course, and they're going to be over at our Canada Packers soccer complex as well. Those areas were going to be inside the 2-foot freeboard.
Here at the soccer complex, bulldozers are flattening out a dirt pile to keep the water away. Fossa says another temporary dike will most likely be put up on Conservation Drive, but that's not the only measure the city is taking. Tiger tubes and sandbags could be deployed.
Sandbags, again, might go around a couple of homes way out in the east end that we know we have some concerns with.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the province said, in part, the province is working closely with the mayor and city officials, saying they are ready to provide tiger tubes and sandbags if needed. Fossa says for now, it's business as usual for residents, but is urging residents to stay in the loop.
We're going to make sure that we get good information out to everybody if they're needing anything more than they have right now.
Harrison Shin, CTV News.
Sandbagging is underway in some locations. According to Environment Canada's hydrometric data, as of 4 p.m. today, the water level is at 358 meters. Manitoba's Hydrologic Forecast Center is expecting it to peak between Saturday and next week, Wednesday, at around 360 meters. But if the peak levels change, Mayor Fawcett says they will top up the dikes. The federal government is answering the province's call for assistance. In a statement, the federal Minister of Emergency Management says a small team from the Canadian Armed Forces will assist. That includes helping with planning, assessment, and coordination for the flood response, as well as logistics and transportation. Her department has also mobilized Team Rubicon Canada for the humanitarian relief and is offering assistance in finding equipment such as pumps and recovery kits. Nearly a month after heavy rains drenched farmers' fields and sent water cascading into homes, an MLA north of Winnipeg says more needs to be done to prevent flooded fields in the future.
It's trapped here. It went up the road, it got to a culvert, two culverts, and then it came backwards.
Lakeside MLA Trevor King joined farmers and other local leaders in front of a field covered by water in the Arm of Rockwood. They say thousands of acres remain underwater from heavy rains last month. They're calling for the province to address agricultural flooding in the Interlake with a focus on preventing future damage.
What we're seeing here is years and years of neglect to drainage systems and infrastructure, a maintenance that needs to be done that could alleviate a lot of these issues.
King says he spoke with the agricultural minister today, and while more details are needed, help is on the way for area farmers. Parts of the Arm of Rockwood received more than 250 millimeters of rain during June storm events. Speaking of weather, here's our first look at tonight. It's currently 18 degrees. We are seeing a few clouds in the sky. However, we're going to expect that to clear up. Some lighter winds with pressure rising and humidity at 83%. Tonight in Winnipeg, temperatures will drop to 14 degrees with that sky clearing up. Tomorrow morning, expect to see a mix of sun and cloud with temperatures at 16 degrees.
We do substance testing for people that want to make sure that what they're ingesting is what they think it is.
Music festival attendees have a new way to stay safe. The grassroots group trying to keep a good time from ending in tragedy next. Thousands of people will gather at festivals this summer, and some will take drugs. Now, grassroots groups are coming together to reduce harm from overdoses and a toxic drug supply. Drug testing is offered on site at some festivals, which has one advocate wondering why the Winnipeg Folk Festival is not following suit. CTV's Joseph Bernacki explains.
Dessa Desote, otherwise known as DJ Double D, mixes it up at some of Manitoba's biggest festivals. She says while dancing is a part of the festival scene, so is drug use.
We do substance testing for people that want to make sure that what they're ingesting is what they think it is and not laced with anything.
Desote launched the Bestie Lounge in 2024. A volunteer-run harm reduction space within festival sites where naloxone and other supplies are handed out. She says the demand is growing.
You can't stop people from taking substances. They're going to do it no matter what. The only thing you can do is to provide them the resources to take it safely, i.e. substance testing.
It's why she advocates for safe spaces like hers. She was there last week when a couple at the Summer of Sound Festival became anxious after taking MDMA for the first time.
They thought that something was wrong, and we were like, no, this is totally normal. We're just going to keep an eye on your heart rate and keep an eye on you and everything and make sure you're okay.
She wanted to take the lounge to the Winnipeg Folk Festival this year, but they said no to her as a volunteer. because she missed a day last year. The folk festival declined an interview, but a spokesperson sent a statement saying in part, while we cannot control or eliminate substance use, we are committed to supporting harm reduction. They say Project Safe Audience, a harm reduction organization, is in the campground where supplies are handed out, and volunteer and security teams carry naloxone, but last year didn't administer any. Desote's booth has been welcomed by others, however, like the Bring Your Love Festival held in August north of Winnipeg. Staff say while they don't condone using drugs, they prioritize safety.
It is better to offer someone a safe space to know how to use drugs and get drugs tested, as well as people that understand how people can react to drugs and help them come out of a bad situation.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The Santa Claus Parade is warning about fraudulent emails bearing its name. The parade director says the email invites businesses to apply as vendors for the 2026 Manitoba Hydro Santa Parade and includes booth prices. But the email doesn't come from them. The parade doesn't have a vendor program and is not accepting applications or collecting fees. Anyone receiving the fraudulent email or other suspicious communications for the event are asked to forward it to parade staff to document. And don't click on any links or attachments or send payment or personal information. A new pipeline could run through southern Manitoba, including Winnipeg. Alberta and Ontario announced the 3,300-kilometer route for a proposed cross-Canada energy project. Premier Doug Ford says an extension could also be built to the Port of Churchill. CTV's Jeff Keel shows us how Premier Wab Kinew is reacting.
Pipeline from Alberta to Ontario may go right through Winnipeg.
The Northern Shield Energy Corridor is a critical next step in building a more united, more prosperous, and more resilient Canada.
Premiers Daniel Smith and Doug Ford announced a corridor for a west to east project. Starting in Alberta, the 3,300-kilometer pipeline would run through Saskatchewan and Manitoba. A map shows a line crossing Winnipeg. It would end in Sarnia, Ontario, in that province's refinery belt, with plans to ship 500 to 800,000 barrels of oil a day.
This project will make Canada stronger. By connecting Alberta's energy with Canadian refineries and European markets, we can create jobs, grow our economy.
Premier Ford suggests Manitoba would benefit from the project. He says an extension could be built north to the Port of Churchill.
We'll work something out, and I'm 100% behind putting a pipeline up to Churchill and getting an icebreaker and start delivering it around the world.
This comes after Alberta, Ontario, and Saskatchewan inked a memorandum of understanding last year. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew did not sign on. In a statement Monday, Kinew says major nation-building projects need to be built in the right way. That's why we're continuing to work directly with northern communities, Indigenous nations, and the Manitoba Crown Indigenous Corporation as we advance discussions around Churchill's future. Those conversations will continue because lasting economic development is built in partnership. And there could be resistance from environmental groups over how a pipeline could impact climate change.
We're seeing the effects of this, obviously in Manitoba in terms of flooding and last year's fires, but also all over the world with Europe's heat wave.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
A feasibility study is being done and is expected to be complete by the end of the year to figure out costs and timelines. Premier Ford says they've launched consultations with Indigenous communities. A spokesperson for Arctic Gateway Group, which owns and operates the port, says they're committed to working with provincial and federal leaders to diversify trade through the Port of Churchill to get more Western Canadian resources to world markets all year long. It's always disappointing to have to miss a friend's wedding because of work, but it stings even more when that friend is Travis Kelce, and he's marrying one of the biggest stars on earth, Taylor Swift. But Zach Collaros had a lighthearted message for the couple.
I told him that. I talked to them the other day. They were taking a walk together. I'm like, you guys could have looked at the damn schedule.
Winnipeg Blue Bomber quarterback had to skip the New York City nuptials due to being on the road in Hamilton for Sunday's game against the Tiger Cats. But even his own team had something to say about it, with the Bombers playfully tweeting the headline, "Bombshell, groomsman skips wedding of the century." Collaros shared in the disappointment, explaining why RSVPing no was not something he wanted to do either.
I was bummed because Trav came to all my stuff. We had engagement parties, we had bachelor parties, obviously, and our wedding up here. Yeah, so That makes it tough, but you can speak to any pro football player. Part of this deal is you miss events like that. It just kind of is what it is. It's not a normal job where you can take a couple days off and make up your work kind of on the fly. You got to play a game, right? So that's always been tough, is missing friends' weddings, families' weddings, family events, that kind of stuff. It's never easy, for sure.
And as if missing the event wasn't enough already, Collaros added insult to injury. Literally, he suffered an upper body injury during the game. But at least the Bombers won with a 14-13 victory. And here's something to wag your tail over. South Winnipeg has a new dog park.
2, 3.
Bridgewater Trails Dog Park is now officially open. The fully fenced off-leash area spans 1 hectare and features dedicated spaces for large and small furry friends. There is plenty of logs, flat rocks, and stumps for good boys and girls to play on too.
It's no small task to find the funding to make something like this happen. This park is more than a space for dogs to run free. It's a place for neighbors to meet, friendships to grow, and our community to become even stronger.
New trees were also planted within the park, and it's also been outfitted with signage, waste, gravel pathways, benches, and picnic tables. And don't worry, there will be plenty of bins around to help with cleanup. Pelted by hail, where golf ball-sized ice formations caused serious damage. Plus, hot and windy. We'll show you how soon your deck will dry off. Still to come in your complete Skywatch forecast. Tonight's Skywatch photo comes to us all the way from Norway House. Thank you to Christopher for sending in this shot of the marina. You can send your weather photos to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca. And speaking of weather photos, I'm hoping we'll get a few coming our way from Kenora. We did actually see quite the storm in this area along actually our Manitoba and Ontario border, where we did actually in Kenora see as much as 90 millimeters of rainfall. 50 of those fell within 1 hour. They did have some flooding issues with the town currently working on cleaning that up. But if you're planning on heading out there tomorrow, keep an eye on the town's website because it's pretty wet and flooded out there right now. Speaking of rain, we are seeing a system moving out of northern Manitoba overnight and tomorrow morning. This one to the south here actually bringing with it some pretty strong thunderstorms is expected to just skip Canada actually. So I guess we lucked out a little there. We'll keep an eye out though tomorrow to see if it does manage to jump the border a little here. Other than that, we are expecting quite a hot and sunny week ahead across most of Manitoba, including here in Winnipeg. We'll get to that in a second. Right now tonight, we are expecting temperatures to reach a low of 10 degrees in Churchill, with tomorrow a high of 24. As that system moves out of the region throughout the day, we're going to see it leave behind a few clouds all the way from Churchill to Island Lake Thompson, a little sunnier with a high of 24 degrees. Moving to northwestern Manitoba, we are seeing in Lynn Lake, including Norway House, a bit of a cloudier evening. Tomorrow, though, pretty hot, 27 as the high in Norway House tomorrow with that sunshine. We have a bit of a foggy night, though, in the Westman region, including in Brandon, where 12 degrees is your expected low tonight. Hot tomorrow, though, with 26 degrees as the high, really across the whole region, mostly sunny. That's going to be quite similar here in Winnipeg as well. We've got some fog happening right now in Pinawa and Sprague. However, no alerts out for it. 28 degrees is the expected high for Pinawa and Winnipeg tomorrow, with a few clouds in the sky. But bear in mind with that humidity, it's going to feel hotter. Speaking of heat, tomorrow Dryden 27 degrees as the expected high, with quite a few clouds actually hanging around the region tonight and tomorrow. Looking at our 7-day forecast, no, you're not seeing things on the weekend. Temperatures in the 30s Celsius. So Saturday with a high of 31 degrees could get hotter with that humidity. Destructive weather continued to rear its head in parts of the province over the weekend. Now take a look at these photos, which were sent to us from some folks out in Boissevain who were battered by nearly golf ball size hail over the weekend. Photos show near whiteout conditions at one point, and then, well, as you can see, the aftermath with vehicles damaged and tree branches down. Beating the heat in Barrie. Ontario residents are diving into summer thanks to sweltering temperatures. How they're trying to stay cool next. People often flock to the beach in hopes of staying cool during the heat. While air conditioners continue to hum in Barrie, there are some positives to the warm weather. CTV's Luke Simard reports.
Cooler mornings have people enjoying the beach in Barrie before the heat takes over.
We chose this day specifically because of the temperature, and we like the breeze today. It reminds us of Honolulu.
It's really fun. The weather's really nice, and I honestly really enjoy like hanging out with everyone, you know, just like chilling and stuff.
St. Ange Recreation has the tools for those looking to stay cool and get out on the water.
The summer took a while to get here, but in the last few weeks, it got here with a vengeance, and we started seeing people coming in. They've gone to their cottage. They now want to use their toys.
After a slower start to the season, business has started to pick up.
The first question is, what body of water are you running it? Is it big water with big waves? Then you're going to need a big, more stable machine. Or is it a smaller cottage machine just to buzz around and you can get a spark, let's say? That's a lot of fun to drive.
Adding the heat over the past week has helped bring in more customers looking to get out and enjoy.
When the weather gets really, really hot, you get out on the dock and you just think, you know what, it'd be great to get out and enjoy the water a little more.
Local farmers are also keeping an eye on the thermometer. Unlike last year's drought, most crops are on track thanks to consistent rain the region has seen this season.
The winter wheat is starting to turn yellow now, so that's kind of a reminder that that's the next thing. Probably in 2 weeks from now, I wouldn't be surprised to see some wheat being harvested.
But with the rain comes other challenges.
We got some oats that are susceptible to disease, and the soybeans as well. They're at the stage where they're going to need some protection from fungicides and some bacteria that'll be detrimental to their growth, so we're going to protect them from that.
Speaking with marina officials earlier this afternoon, they said they judge a busy boating season by the amount of fuel that has been sold. And here in downtown Barrie, it has more than doubled the amount, meaning that it is a fairly busy boating season, and they expect it to remain busy until Labor Day weekend. Luke Samar, CTV News, Barrie.
Starting this week in Winnipeg, you can explore some trendy local eats and get your steps in. The South Osborne Guided Walking Restaurant Tour is back for its 5th year. Every Wednesday between now and the end of August, you'll get to learn about the area's history while enjoying a handful of stops at local restaurants, pubs, and bakeries. A cycling tour and spooky Halloween-themed tour are also planned for September and October. The walking tours take place between 5:15 and 9:15, but you will need to sign up in advance at southosborne.biz/tours. Coming up, crying over spilled sauce, why this leak caused Ohio officials to jump into action, and we'll break down tomorrow's forecast next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
Tomorrow throughout the day, we will be seeing a mix of sun and cloud, although feeling some very hot temperatures. By the time most folks head home, temperatures are going to reach a high of 28 degrees. Now, with that humidity, though, we could be feeling that get a little warmer. We'll make sure you bring your shorts with you to work, but maybe don't wear them at the desk. It's always concerning when a semi-truck has a leak, especially when it looks like this. Now, the leak was Frank's Red Hot Sauce. The truck was carrying 40,000 pounds of the acidic liquid through Ohio this weekend. A hazmat crew was called in to keep it from getting into nearby drains. Turns out you can't put that on everything. And that is it for us tonight. Thank you for watching, and good night.